morning. And hello out there to the Fit Plan family and friends. Today's yoga class, again, outside on the deck. Oh, a little bee buzzing around my head. So today's class is designed to open the front body, some back bending. And as always, we're going to start with a little conscious breathing. So taking a comfortable seat, sitting up tall, and closing the eyes. Let's just take a few moments to bring the awareness inside. Focus on our breath. So aligning the crown of the head over the perineum, shoulders over the hips. Let's begin that longer, slower, deeper breath. Sitting up tall, tuck the chin. That helps lengthen the back of the neck. Relax the face. And fill the belly with your breath. Exhale, little tuck and squeeze. So with each inhalation, we soften the belly. And with each exhalation, a little gentle squeeze of the perineum and the diaphragm. And tuning in, checking in, finding any negative energy, tension, or stress. Gather it up with your inhalation and release it with your exhalation. Let it go. Good. So let's open our eyes now, leaving the gaze soft and the mind receptive. And let's start on all fours, warming up the spine. It's getting a more flexible spine to do our back bending. So tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Line your feet up with your knees. Soften the belly, tilt the tail, lift the heart. And start your exhaling now, rounding, tucking the chin, tucking the tail, spreading the shoulder blades. And following your breath, your rhythm. Just inhaling, cat lift, exhaling, cat. So one more inhalation, up. Take your knees wide, and as you exhale, push back into a child's pose. And if you'd like, if you're not ready for a full child's pose, you can stack your forearms, rest your forehead on your wrist, and keep your hips higher. That's always a way to modify, or push back all the way into your child's pose, hips on your heels. But we're not staying here, so come back through all fours, tuck your toes, and come into your downward dog. So your feet can be wide here, first dog of the day, for me anyway. So take your feet a little wider than your hips if you'd like. And come forward now into a little plank. That's your inhalation. Exhale back into your dog. And into your plank, hips lower than the shoulders. Exhale into your dog. One more inhalation. Back into your dog. And let's stay for 3 breaths here. So a full expression of the pose. Pushing up and back with the hips, up and back. And then pulling the heels out and away from the arch. Drawing the arms into their sockets. Chest draws towards the mat and towards the thighs. Good. And here we're just going to walk now our hands to our feet. So this is where you might want to block. Did I say you need a block? You need a block in this series. So in your Uttanasana, forward fold, hands on either side of your feet, or use your blocks. Coming forward onto the balls of the feet and allowing that heavy head to lengthen your neck. And then bending the knees, we'll just roll up. Take your time. And coming into your mountain pose. Arms up over the head, inhaling here. Ooh, and exhale down fully into Tadasana mountain pose. So you want shoulders over the hips, crown of the head over the perineum. Draw your shoulders up, back and down. And just stand here for a moment, feeling your mountain pose. And we'll do a short little sun salutation. So let's start with the hands at the heart in the Anjali Mudra. And our hands are going to go down to come up as you inhale. Push the hips out and just float it down. Take your time. Exhale. Crown of the head reaching forward with another inhalation. Bend the knees and take the right leg back. Drop the knee and come. There you are, ready for your Anjaneyasana. So a low lunge here, but lift the heart, a little back bend now, and lunge forward. Flow your hands down. Good. Tuck the back foot, draw the left foot to the right, and let's push back into our downward dog. 3 breaths. Good. And then we're going to bring right foot to right wrist. So you can do that from, tree in the way, tail of the dog, or you can drop your knees and get your right foot to your right wrist. And here you are on the left side for your Anjaneyasana. Arms come up. So strong leg here, got to press into that heel and lift the heart. Lunge a little forward. And float the hands down. Tuck the back toes and push off. Just bring left foot to right. Fold into your Uttanasana. And bend your knees some and come on up into your Tadasana. And back, down, and around to your heart with your hands. So let's move on. Another sun salutation. So coming down to go up and floating it down. Protect your back. Always bend your knees if you need to. And float the head forward. Bend the knees. So right leg's gonna come back. Drop that knee, and then I want you to have your block here. So from here, knees down, bring your hands on the inside of your legs. Turn your left foot out and walk it to the edge of the mat. And then bring your block here if you need to. We're gonna come down onto our forearms. So I'm not that warmed up. I'm gonna start on my block and lift my right knee into a lunge here. Drawing my left knee into the midline of the body. Good. And so now maybe I can go down to the mat for a breath or two. Good. And so we're just gonna push up with our hands, walk the foot back, and take this left leg now and swing it all the way up into your tail of the dog. Feels so nice. Just breathe here. Good. And we'll just float it down. And then swing the right leg up and through to your lunge and drop the left knee. Same thing here. Turn your right foot out, but turn out, bring your hands inside, and make your way down onto your forearms. Tuck the back toes, and you don't have to tuck the back toes if that's too much, but challenge yourself, try it. So we call this lizard pose, and we're just gonna see if we can go a little deeper now. Be sure you're bringing your right knee towards the midline of your body. Don't let it wing out. Nice. So now, pushing up, hands back on the mat, walk your right foot into center and swing your right foot up and enjoy downward dog, tail of the dog. Good. And then float that foot down and push back into your downward dog. Drop the knees, and let's rest here in child's pose. 3 breaths. So you pick your pose. All right. So coming out of this now, come up through your downward dog and coming into a plank here. So you can, I want you to make your way down. So you can drop the knees, drop the chest, or if you're up for it and ready for it, just lower down in our Chaturanga Dandasana, the yoga push-up. In any case, bring your hands back alongside the body, drop the forehead. So strong legs here. You want your tailbone curling down and in, and we'll come up into locust pose, Salavasana. The shoulders drawing away from the ears, strong gluteus muscles protecting your back, little tightness in the triceps here, and breathing. Good. So now we're just going to lower the head down. 1 breath here. And bring your hands off the mat into this fingertip hold. Inhale, draw the head and the chest up. And exhale, float it down. And let's do that again. So remember, strong legs, strong glutes, tailbone tucking, and come down. Follow your breath here. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And hands come back to the chest. Push up and back and into a child's pose. Good. So now back through all 4s. Tuck the toes and come into your downward dog again. Nice. So let's swing the right leg up and through right foot to right wrist. But I want to remind you that you can do this from all 4s. If you can't get your foot to your wrist from downward dog, just swing it around. And here you are in the pose I want you in. So coming up onto your left knee, strong heel pressing into the mat. Arms come out, and we've got left leg down, so let's bring left arm under into eagle pose, Garudasana. Good. So now lift the elbows up, lift the heart up, and then coming down, arms to the knee, tuck the back toes, and come into a lunge here. 3 breaths. Nice. So hands come down, and you're going to swing that right leg up again. Come into your tail of dog, and float that down. Good. And then left leg's going to swing up, and coming through, bring your right knee down. Strong left heel pressing into the mat. Arms come out. And right arm under left. and lifting, a little back bending. And coming down to the knee and tuck the back toes and come into your lunge. And coming out of that, you want to swing the left leg up now into your tail. Ooh, good. And float it down. And then we're going to walk our feet to our hands. Come back to the top of your mat in a good Uttanasana, forward fold. And coming all the way back up into your Tadasana, mountain pose. And here we go, down to come around back to the heart. Okay, so another back bend, a little more intense. We'll need your block. I meant to say that in the beginning of class. I don't think I did. You do need a block. And if you don't have a block, you can use, firm pillows, books, even a blanket folded into a square maybe. But in any case, we're going to continue on our mission of back bending. So we'll go through a little half sun salutation here. So just coming up and exhaling, take your time. Remember, you can bend your knees here if you need to. So good, drawing the crown of the head forward, bend the knees, and take the right leg back, and just take the left leg back with you, and push it back into dog, one breath, and drop the knees. And now we're ready, so coming up on your knees, bring your block and place it between your ankles behind you. So check yourself out. You really want good alignment here. Hips over the knees, knees are hip distance, and feet line up with your legs. So you don't want them turned out, you don't want them turned in. You just want this nice line. And we'll start with, we're going to work on Ustrasana, camel pose. So what I like to do is get the heel of the palm and press into your sacrum, that low bony part of your back. Draw your elbows towards each other and just start pushing your hips out with your hands and with your body. Looking up. And then if you can, just reach for that block right behind you. If not, then just keep your hands here. Support yourself. And let's take 3 breaths here. Lift and lengthen the front spine. Nice. So we come out of that now. Do use your palms. Push and support yourself. Leave your block away and sit here for a couple of breaths. You can feel how stimulating back bends are. They really stimulate your nervous system and make you feel great. They're really a good pose to do for all kinds of reasons. And let's come back up. So now you could lower your block. I'll try that. And again, you want to bring your hands, palms to the back, low sacrum. Squeeze those elbows towards each other. Push the hips out. Lift the heart. Strong, strong, tight gluteus muscles here. And reach for your block or keep your hands there. But grow in the pose. Lengthen the front of the body. Nice. And we'll come out one more time. Just a little rest. We want to do this 3 times. 3 times is definitely the charm. Get a little deeper each time. So back bends are just so good for us. All our movement is forward, forward, forward. Get to open it up. And let's do one more. So I'm going to do it without the block. And reach for my heels this time. So try that if you'd like. A little cheat that you can do is tuck your toes to get your heels a little higher. And that's helpful. So see what you can do either with the block or with your heels. So pressing and lifting, pushing, and I'm going to reach for my heels now. And breathing, so important. hands support your back and come on up and out. And let's go into a child's pose. It's obvious counter pose for this. So just make your way down and rest here. Good. So, good work. And we're going to rest now. So, I want you to lie on your back. You need your block or your whatever prop you have to, you know, represent a block. So, and if you don't have one, it's fine. We're going to lie on our backs here. Knees are bent. What I want you to do, if you have a block, is lift your hips and place a block under your sacrum, that flat bony part, and then lift your legs. So here we are in a wonderful passive inversion. So good for us. And it's fine, it feels just as wonderful if you don't have a block. Just lift your legs. So you want your legs just coming straight out of the hip socket so it's effortless. Shouldn't feel any strain doing this. So find the right position. And I'm going to keep us here about, I hope, 3 minutes. I don't have a timer with me, so I'm just going to guess. And you're welcome to stay in this pose even longer. So you can have your arms over your head, or you could just hold on to your block. You can have your arms out to the side, whatever feels good to you. I like to play in the pose, and I invite you to, you could rotate your ankles, point and flex, getting all those little pops and cracks out. And then, just for fun, a little upside down Upavista Konasana, just stretching those inner thighs, feels so good. Keep a little flex in your feet when you do this, and try to point your toes towards the floor. And breathe. Focus on your breath. It's nice here to keep your eyes closed. And just keep your awareness inside. So I'm going to bring my legs back up here and rest for a little while longer. And we'll finish in Shavasana, final resting pose. So as I said, stay here as long as you like. 3 to 5 to 10 minutes, so good for you. If you do stay longer, you don't want to just jump out of this pose. You want to lie down flat after this and let, your body acclimate before you get up. So while you're in this pose, just think about equal and even pressure through the sacrum onto the block. Just stay in your body. I'm going to come out now and close. But as I said, I invite you to stay longer. I am going to come into a Shavasana now. So taking the block out and lengthening my legs. And just keep them parted. Let the feet turn out. Just relax. Arms alongside the body. Little space between the arm and the body. You want that air circulating. Palms are up in a receptive mode. And pick up your shoulder blades. Get them nice and flat underneath you. And just focus now on your breath. Feel the energy flowing through your body from the work you've done today. Yoga literally opens the pathways for energy to flow through your body. So I invite you to stay in Viparita Karani, legs up in the air, or in Shavasana, as long as you like. But I am going to close now, and I like to say, honoring our practice together.